Yeah, no,
suffering?
I'm very aware, and it's something that we have to be aware of because it's so prominent in football. We back home, Sean Springs is actually doing something that kind of focuses around concussions and things like that, kind of bringing awareness to the repercussions of it long term. So the more knowledge we have about it, the safer we can go and be about it, and continue to play the game that we love.
Has UNC offered you any education about the risks? They have a world-class concussion research center, which I'm sure you're aware of. Have they given you any reading material, or have they said, if you have X number, you're more likely to suffer things like depression and any of that?
Well, one thing that they do is as soon as we get there, they put us through this concussion protocol, which I think is probably pretty standard. They put us through some testing. They make sure a majority of guys have sensors in their helmets so they can monitor it. So they're putting precautions in place so that they can better take care of us.
The defensive line is a group that returns probably the most experience and the most depth. You spoke about it up there. Is that the strongest unit on defense for y'all? What do you kind of expect this season from that front four and that depth right there?
I think because of the amount of returns that we have, I'd say it's the strongest unit. Coach Adams always says that the defense goes as we go. So as long as we're taking care of our job up front, then it'll make it easier for the guys on the back end. I'm confident in every level behind us. We have a great safety duo on the back end with J.K. Britt and Miles Dorn. We have corners led by K.J. Sales, who I feel like will lead the way. Our linebacker group with Cole Holcomb and Allen Artis, John Smith, kind of bringing on the young guys that come behind them because we feel like we overworked on linebackers last year. We need to build more depth on that level. So I think they've been doing a great job in doing that and bringing those young guys along this summer.
NC State's D-line got a ton of love for good reason last year. Does that kind of feed a motivational fire to listen to your rival unit getting that much attention?
Obviously we hear it, but I'll sit up here and I'll talk to you guys. But after we leave here, I try to pay as little attention to no disrespect to what you guys say, just because at the end of the day, we still have to go out there and perform. And I don't listen to the good or the bad just because it keeps me level-headed and it keeps me focused on the mission that we have to go.
Well, you see them getting drafted and all that stuff. I mean, that has to be kind of like even a goal for you.
Yeah, of course. I see guys all across the ACC that I've grown up playing with, and guys like Tim Settle, who just left early to go get drafted by the Redskins. Obviously, and I'm happy for every guy that gets to go and fulfill their dream, because that's something I'm working towards doing. But as far as fuel to the fire, I have enough of that motivation within myself, so I'm not worried about that.
Is there an area in particular defensively you guys as a unit have to get better on, one above anything else from last year, you think?
I wouldn't single out any position group. I say as long as we, along the base three levels, as long as we continue to develop and produce, we'll take care of each other. If the D-line does their job of protecting the linebackers do their job of protecting the safeties and the corners and every protection. So I feel like if we continue to, keep progressing and get better, we'll all take care of each other.
How much does experience matter in that regard, though? You have several defensive starters back.
It definitely matters. If you have a good knowledge of the defense, you can know where your help is, where you can line on, where you can somewhat cheat the scheme with, while still being in your responsibility, in your gap, in your fit. So having all that maturity and returners coming back, I think it'll help us a lot.
Malik Carney is a guy who came in with a bunch of sacks last year, trying to get double digits this year. What can you tell us about him, why he is so good at getting the quarterback, and maybe areas he needs to break out this year?
So Malik, he's a guy that comes to work every day. I love his effort. He's hometown from the same area. We kind of have that same DMV grit to us. But the thing I love about him, he has that fire to him. He has a high motor. He never stops. It's got to the point where coaches will have to kind of tell him to, lean back, or we'll be in captain-led practices and we'll tell him, hey, relax for a little bit. We got you. Just sit back, coach the young guys, and he does a great job with that.
A couple, little bit off the wall questions. Who's the guy on the team you at least want to fight?
At least want to fight? I wouldn't say I'd probably say Charlie Heck just because of his reach. That's the only reason.
Like he just stay out on the outside and jab you?
Yeah, I have to get in kind of close to having the effect on him. So, yeah, definitely Charlie.
All right, and then when do you guys know you really screwed up in a practice? How did coaches react? Where you're like, oh no. Or does that even happen?
Well, when the biggest thing that we see if we're screwing up in practice is if the energy isn't where it's supposed to be, and you can kind of feel it. JP will he'll get us together probably halfway through as soon as he sees it, because he'll give us a chance to fix it beforehand as old guys, and if it still doesn't get done after that, he'll come bring us together, and then we usually respond pretty well to whatever is being said.
And then your nickname was brought up out there as Bam Bam. Is there a better nickname on the team?
As far as me or anybody else?
One you've given somebody, or just anybody else in general?
We call Malik Scoop. Jalen Dalton gets called J5. Jeremiah gets called Fat Mello for whatever.
That's the winner.
Reason. Yeah, but it's definitely a lot of guys with different nicknames.
So obviously the offensive line is a less experienced unit. So what have you seen from these guys in practice? Is there anything that you've been telling them to try and help them out there?
Yeah, I see the young guys come in, and I really like Will Barnes. I think he'll have the opportunity to help us if he continues to stay on the path that he's on. I don't know where he'll be able to fit in, because I think Charlie has been the anchor for our O-line, especially for the last year with all the rotations that happened throughout the rest of it. But as far as motivation goes and talk to them, I lived with Nick Polino for 2 years when I first got here, and we talk about different things, about what he sees me doing and what I see him doing, and we pick up on each other's things, and we communicate it and talk through it and try to focus on that, maybe the next practice, to try to get better. So
you were just talking about Malik. He spoke at the end of last season in the spring about becoming a leader. He had to channel some of those things you were talking about, to do a little bit better job of that. Have you seen that the last few months in him, that last layer of growth?
Yeah, definitely. Malik is one of the guys we consider to be one of the best leaders we have on the team. He comes out every day ready to work. If you're not working, he holds you accountable to it. He'll light a fire under the guys that aren't being held to the standard or aren't acting as such. So those things, really help him get over that last little hump that he needed to do to be considered one of our prominent leaders.
4 or 5 of you guys have quite a bit of experience in the defensive line, but depth, you have talent there, but are you pretty confident in what you're seeing from guys like Zach and other ones coming along as far as providing depth?
So, especially with our inside guys, I think between me, Jalen, Jason Strobridge, Jeremiah Clark, Zach Gill, and even the young guys that came in, Gavin Lewis and Jaleel Taylor, I think it's going to be hard for those young guys to get quality reps during the season, so they're going to really have to fight and scratch and claw during this training camp to prove that they need to be on the bus and need to be able to contribute, because I think within the first 4 of us, between me, Stroh, Jalen, and Mello, as long as we can stay healthy and stay rotated, that we're going to be forced to reckon with.
Is this deep as you guys have been in the interior up front since you've been there?
As far as quality depth, returning, I think so. We've always had guys that we've had a good, first layer, but then the second layer might be inexperience or such. So, but I've been with this group. We've had all these guys here for about 3-4 years now. It's gotten to the point where it's real little drop off whenever we touch the field and we switch off. So I'm real confident in what we can do.
Aaron, y'all.
soon ago.
Yeah, Aaron, you had a bunch of injuries last year. What have y'all done in the off season? Strength conditioning, nutrition, stretching, yoga. What have y'all done to kind of remedy that? Anything different this off season compared to last season, and changes that have gone into what you do to your bodies?
Well, we do yoga every week, just about during the season and the off season. But as far as in the strength and conditioning aspect, I think they've really done a great job of taking care of us. They understand that it's a time and place, excuse me, where we can go ahead and grind, but working harder isn't always working better. Sometimes you have to work smarter. And I think Coach Lou has really done a great job in taking care of us in that aspect, because we've incorporated more things that focuses on deficiencies that we have, whether it's you need more flexibility in your ankles or your hips. We're doing different exercises, incorporating those more into the workouts that we have in the past.
Going off of that, you guys struggled against the run last year and with forcing turnovers. So what have you guys been doing to just get better at that?
Focusing on tracking angles, really attacking the ball. Every time the ball is in the air, we expect to come down with it on the back end. Up front, stopping the run, it all leads up to being in our gap, holding the double team so the backers can flow across, and really disrupting the plays up front. Defending the run is a little more simple in terms of speaking than turnovers, but it's easier said than done, obviously, and it's something that we continue to work on every day.
How much to be better team defending the run than it was last year?
I'm sorry?
You expect us to be a better team defending the run than it was last year?
Absolutely.
So what in particular, because you talked about making sure you guys are taking care of your body. So what do you think in particular you all weren't doing last year that may have contributed, to what you all are trying to change?
In addition to the strength coach, strength staff taking care of us, I think guys needed to be able to focus more on themselves outside of the building. It's not like we have guys out running around at 2 a.m. every night. We're taking care of our bodies as far as rest goes, but as far as foam rolling, stretching, hot tub, cold tub, things like that, I think guys are paying a lot more attention, working on mobility. I come in every Saturday and do hip mobility work, just so I can make sure my hips are right, they don't get tight like they did throughout the season. Just little things like that. We have guys coming in on Wednesdays to get better, even though that's our off day. They're not going in and lifting heavy weight. We're not maxing every Wednesday, but we're coming in and doing things that prepare ourselves for longevity.
You guys